Well, there's a drive amongst the Patriotic Front to advocate for voter registration, and now they're using the founding president, Michael Chifesata's image, and the late president, Edgar Lungu, as they say, get your NRC and register to vote, Patriotic Front, which is a good thing because, as you may be aware, there's a deadline to the voter registration process. Should be 29th November, if I'm not mistaken, across the nation. So if you have not registered to vote yet, this is the time to do that. Stand up and be counted. Be very patriotic and get your voter registration card so that you can participate in the 2026 general elections as a voter. What is the conversation surrounding Edgar Lungu's burial and grave continues? According to Real Time says, Edgar Lungu's burial evoked during the 11th memorial service for the late 5th Republican President Michael Chifesata. So simply saying, the conversation has ensued, it has been brought back to light, and people broke down. One notable person that was noticed during the commemoration of memorial service for Michael Chifesata was Inonge Wina. So, as you may be aware, she was Edgar Lungu's vice president. So it seems like as they were going through the memorial park, they also came across Edgar Lungu's empty grave, and she had this reaction. So people are comforting her during that period.
Well. Is this the vehicle?
Not this one. Cancelled.
Maybe let me think about it.
So that was Inonge Wina. Behind you can see Given Winda, and besides Should We God Freedom Smiley, former Minister of Religious Affairs there. So it seems like as they were leaving Michael Sata's mausoleum at Embassy Park, she also came across Edgar Lungu's empty grave, and she gave that reaction. So people are reacting to that. That's what happened earlier on. Also, continuing with the news as things happened. Yeah, so there's some of the images that were taken. This was the time that she was living, actually entering Michael Chifesata's mausoleum as they were commemorating his 11th memorial service at Embassy Park. And obviously, Chifetayari was quick to respond. So no one else will be buried in that grave but Edgar Lungu. So referring to that grave that was dug by government, simply saying there's no one else that is going to be buried there apart from Edgar Lungu. But one thing, as much as Chifetayari puts out this point, no one has disputed this fact. The Lungu family have simply stated they will wait it out until the environment, according to them, is favorable for them to bring back the body and the service takes place. So that ends that fight that is taking place in South Africa. So it's simply reiterating the point that is already known. But probably, according to Chief Secretary, it means like right now. But the reality on the ground proves otherwise. Anyway, we're almost even in 2026. So, and there hasn't been any update from South Africa since then. So this grave belongs to Edgar Lungu. He will be buried here when his body returns home. That's according to Chief Edari. He edits up some video, some picture, and he puts that there. Imobushe Mudolo Aliquata voters card. Tell him that you cannot be on the ballot if you are not a registered voter. I am sure he doesn't know. So according to Chief Tayari there, he's simply advising that new candidate that has joined the race from South Africa to say, hey, you need a voters card for you to participate. He goes further to say, some of us have settled. We have a presidential candidate for 2026, and he's doing well so far. We don't fix what is working very well. Those of you who are still looking for a presidential candidate, I can only wish you all the best. Hakainde Ichilema distinction in 2026. So that's Chief Tayari's campaign for President Hakainde Ichilema. What is the mass newspaper says they must resign. Technical committee working against the people of Zambia. That's according to Kasonde. So she should have been the former Law Association of Zambia chairperson. Should have been the immediate past chairperson. So she is not filling the new committee that was instituted by President Hakainde Hichilema to look at Bill 7, the possibility of its enactment. As you may be aware, it was thrown out of court on the pretext that it's supposed a wider consultation is supposed to take place before any constitutional changes are made to the constitution. So people are not feeling this new committee. What is Mlenga Kapwepwe counsels Hakainde Hichilema on Edgar Lungu's burial? So as you may be aware, Simon Masaka Kapwepwe and Kenneth Kaunda were not in good books at the time that Simon Masapopwe died. And the family also, they had some sort of wrangles between the Zambian government, then led by Kenneth Kaunda, and the family opted for a traditional burial, being buried in an impasa, it's a mat locally known. And yeah, so she says, based off that experience, she's offering some advice to the UPND government on how to accommodate the Lungu family's wishes. And that's the only way an amicable solution and the way forward can be found going forward. So then what else is in the news? Kabuse scored Sangwa over the toilet drug. Obviously, that statement that was issued by John Sangwa is what is being referred to here. Very good. And that's most of the news, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good day.